Blessed good evening, guys. I'm gonna do another video of St. Mark's Church at College Savannah, St. John. Overlooking the East Coast. So this is Concept Bay in St. John, which is a fishing village. Concept Bay is a fishing village in St. John, overlooking the East Coast. And Concept Bay is along the East Coast. So this is the Atlantic side, as I told you just now. This is the Atlantic side of Barbados. With the Atlantic Ocean is looking in the northeasterly direction. Concept Bay and Bath Beach across here. All across the Martins Bay in St. John, and across the Bathsheba in St. Joseph, and all the St. Andrew with Chalky Mount. Where the sleeping giant is Chalky Mount is where the sleeping giant is. You can see all across the Pico Tenerife in St. Lucie. So you can see St. Lucie in the north, way north. And then St. Andrew and St. Joseph is northeasterly. And St. John over here is to the east. So this is St. Mark's Anglican Church. So this church is surrounded by the sea. All four corners of it. So St. Mark's Church dates back 1833. The lighthouse to the far end over here. This is southeasterly. The East Point Lighthouse is over here. And this is College Savannah and Fortescue over here. College Savannah, St. John, and Fortescue, St. Philip. East Point Lighthouse, otherwise referred to as the Roger Point Lighthouse in St. Philip. You can see it over here. As I said before, St. Mark's Church borders St. Philip and St. John. East Point Lighthouse, St. Philip. Amelia Patricia Warland. This is some of the graves here. St. Mark's Church dates back to 1833. Edwin Lee Bell, former lay reader of this church, born the 12th of June 1912 and died May 7th, 1996. can see this is the church cemetery down here. And you can see all up in the hills by Cossington College on that side, a Holy Cross Church, and Society Primary School, where the Society School was. St. Mark's Church. Since it got rebuilt, it got this ugly look on it now. This church wasn't always like this. It was a good shape, but since it got rebuilt, it has this unusual, unbalanced look. You can see it from here. If you guys notice the imbalance of the church's structure now, we can leave the comments, let me know what you think about it. You can hear the sea rolling as well. So this is the beautiful countryside. The beautiful countryside of Barbados. Rural Barbados. To the east side. So as I said before, St. John is the parish in which most of the white Barbadian population originated from. Their ancestors, their descendants came from Scotland and Ireland, and they came to Barbados as indentured servants. Yesterday was my birthday. My birthday was okay. I went to work as usual. The 23rd of October. So today's the 24th now. Friday the 24th of October, 2025. My birthday was the 23rd of October, Thursday. Now we're descending the church. Yard, descending the church driveway. The church hall over here. So I'm in St. Philip now. Looking back across the Forest School. The church hall. You can see the lighthouse once again, the Ragged Point, East Point Lighthouse. Center camera, which I always showed you. I showed you guys this lighthouse 3 times before. Lighthouse in St. Philip, East Point, Ragged Point Lighthouse. And Skeets Bay and Bay of Field in St. Philip over here on Culpeper Island. Culpeper Island is a little island off of Barbados, off of the sea in St. Philip. This is the church hall here. It says this stone was laid by Canon William Beresford Brathwaite on March 2nd, 1976. Parish priest from 1950 to 1970. This church is home to famous calling, the lady that calls in on the radio, the blind lady, Marcia Ruther Clark. She is from here. I think that this is her church where she worships. This building was dedicated by Drexel Gomez, the diocesan bishop, on June 26, 1976. The renovation of this church hall was made possible through the combined efforts of St. Mark's congregation and the community. It was rededicated as the Roy Thompson Memorial Center on this day, April 26, 2008, by the Lord Bishop of Barbados and the Right Reverend the Lord Bishop of Barbados, who was the Right Reverend and Doctor, the Honorable John Waldorf Dunlop Holder during the incumbency of the Reverend Cortez Nurse. You call it Savannah bus, no get down here. The church cemetery. They call it Savannah bus, no get here. So the church is back up this way here. You can see over to Holy Cross Church in Society St. John and the Codrington High School, which is a boarding school. Mostly white girls attend that school and some white boys as well. There's a private school. I think it was a boarding school one time. The church cemetery. The graveyard here. So the ones by the church have very little graves, very little tombstones. So this is something like St. Catherine's, this is the church. St. Catherine's have lots of graves. St. Catherine's have the grave below the church as well. St. Philip is the largest parish in Barbados, the flattest parish, but yet it still has a few hills in it. St. Philip is the most unique parish. St. Philip is home to well-known Calypsonians, such as the Red Plastic Bag, who is from nearby Bearfield, and Matt Fingal, he is also from nearby Bearfield, and also Juke Chat, Edie Shirt, John King, and so on, and Blood. They are well-known Barbadian Calypsonians from St. Philip. This is all called Savannah in St. John. So the church is on top of the hill here. Call it Savannah, St. John. I'm going back up. So St. Mark's Church is on top of this hill here. Call it Savannah. Thanks for watching now. Guys, have a blessed evening.